Session 2 of Day 3 of the 2025 Australian Open about to get underway between Bruce Lyons of Bundoora in Victoria and Paul Webb of Darra in Queensland. Very much looking forward to this because the middle session, it's been our marquee session for the first 2 days. We've gone 21-20 and 21-18, but this morning we had a 21-20, so who knows what we're going to see here. Val Furbo here with you on Bowls Australia's YouTube channel alongside me, the one and only Troy Corber. Troy, welcome.
Thank you, Val. He's hoping for another ripper here. Hard task following that first game, but I'm sure the boys will be giving it their best.
That first game was genuinely unbelievable. Such a good one to watch.
Bruce gets us underway. He's got the purple bowl.
And funnily enough, we've had Bruce Lyons and Nathan Lyon.
And then we found out in Bruce's section here, there's another combatant called Glenn Lyon.
Oh, it's insane, isn't it?
So we're talking about trying to find a fourth player. We reckon they should all team up for the AA next year in the fours. Be fantastic.
I reckon we'll find it somewhere.
So both players are new to this green. Take a little time to settle in, but having said that, I've had a look at the other greens in play at Broadbeach. The greenkeepers have done a wonderful job to have these four greens running at a very similar pace. We're probably at about 14 and a half, edging close to 15. We have had quite a crisp breeze come up in the last half an hour. Val's been looking for his granny rug.
I'm frozen right now.
Someone's got a crocheted rug they could come and give to Val.
That would be lovely. I would very much enjoy that. But don't toy with me, Troy.
So advantage Bruce at this stage. Paul gets a nice sit there, so he needed it. He was through the head a little, but got a good result.
So both of these two this morning suffered losses. Bruce Lyons going down to Graham Roberts, 21-15, and Glenn Lyon defeating Paul Webb, 21-13. So they've both not been humbled. They've been right in it, and of course, the colours of the bowls, a little bit similar, but we've got blue versus purple to start this contest, and let's see what this final one will do for the 66-year-old Paul Webb. And he'll lie for two. Joan Prosser from Adelaide is our marker.
Both gentlemen losing their first round, it's do or die for them. You lose this one, you've no chance of progressing. You still maintain some chance if you can grab this one with the results going your way. It's an important game for them.
Bruce Lyons, at 73 years of age, has been playing for 8 years. Paul Webb, 66, as I said, he's been playing for 7 years. So just doing a quick measure here to determine whether this is maybe a little bit more than a 2. Could it be a 3 to start proceedings? You better believe it.
It is.
Very solid start. For Paul Webb of the Darra Cement Co. The last time a Darra Cement Co. member played on this rink, it was in this very session on day 1. Colin Pollock, chop. 121-18 over... Oh no, was it 21-20 or 18?
21-20.
21-20 over Wayne Bolton.
So the wind that has picked up is predominantly coming across the green from left to right as we're watching it on the vision, occasionally gusting corner to corner, so may make it a little trickier for the players in this second game.
You know what I didn't do, Troy, off the top of the broadcast? This is shocking hosting from me. I didn't even introduce Connor. Connor Munnings, welcome.
Thanks, Val. I hadn't provided any special comments yet because I hadn't been introduced yet, so I just thought I'd let you two chit-chat for a bit.
No, that was very poor on my part, so welcome, Connor.
Thanks, Val.
Glad to have you here. How did your dad go this morning? How did Lee Munnings go in his first sectional round at Helensvale?
Ended in heartbreak.
Oh, no.
Playing against Tim Hale, Queensland representative bowler from the entrance region. Was 17-13 up and lost 21-19 for reports.
Ouchie.
It's not out of it yet because shot difference is still okay, but he'll need to win his next two.
Backing him to beat Ryan Burnett?
Yeah. Less confident now, but
it's all experience, all about the experience.
He's very much a confidence bowler. If he gets up in his first two, then I would have, but
he's a state champion, so
yeah,
back him in to do all right. This has been a very good start to the contest from Paul Webb. He's already holding two, and he's found his rhythm. The green covered by sort of cloud cover, not much sun at the moment. It is quite nippy.
Paul's doing a good job here of coming just around the back.
Yep, so cover and count. Holding three. Already 3-0 to the good after one end. What has Bruce Lyons got? We had Nathan Lyon win before. Can Bruce Lyons keep it in the name? I'm not sure he's quite sent this. He's going to have to do a bit with his last.
Tell you what, he does have, Val, he's sporting a very impressive moustache. Bruce
Oh,
Lyons.
it is majestic. It is absolutely majestic. See it there on your screen.
Can you grow one of them, Val? Oh, you got the full thing going on now.
Got the beard. Could probably grow one, but I don't know how good it'd look.
Oh, careful here. No, he's okay.
It's probably.
That jack's gone a long way.
He's still holding, but it's definitely not. He's conceded. Wow. That should have been a 4 to Paul Webb.
Now, can Bruce rub salt in the wounds here? Add a second. That will be a huge turnaround in this end.
What's the penalty for that in your fours ring, gentlemen? If you do that, and you concede the shot when you are miles up,
don't get selected again. No,
it
be that harsh. It happens.
Depends on what point in the game you are. It's early on here. I don't think Paul Webb would be too disappointed. He had 4 around it.
Yeah, but the thing is, that's exactly the right mentality. But you'd also be you'd feel sympathetic for him to think, I could have been 7-0 in front after 2 ends. Now it's 3-2.
Oh, he'd be kicking himself.
The difference between 7-0 and 3-2 is monstrous.
Just needs to keep a positive mindset.
And I'm going to put an asterisk next to that end, just in case. But he did nail 2 touches in there, and let's keep the touch account going, because the first match was so much fun. We had 17 of them, in fact, from Jason Membry.
Yeah, that's the target to chase for everyone else.
You can feel the wind on our effects mic.
Bruce has settled down a bit here. He's found the weight now, which is good. He was a bit all over the shop there in that last end. Starts with a handy one there. So just like in the first game, players electing to play different sides of the green. This one that Paul's on, he's just taking that little bit more grass than the ditch side, despite the wind.
So how will Paul Webb mentally regroup?
Oh, he'll move on pretty quick. Paul's played quite a lot of bowls. He can't do anything about it now. It's gone. Concentrate on the next bowl.
This one's not bad. Trundling its way in. Just go past, but a very good home to be in. If he stays on that hand, he can get any jack movement to the right of screen. Trail it. Could be making a couple. Sticky on the different hand here. Backhand for Bruce Lyons. Apologies for the jumpy camera. Try and get that sorted.
Oh.
Look at that. Toucher.
He opens his toucher account.
Go and double check these cameras at the end of the end and make sure they're all sorted. We do apologise, ladies and gentlemen. Two bowls left for Paul Webb. One for Bruce Lyons. He's not a mile away here, Paul Webb.
Can he get it to hold?
Same spot as before, just a little bit further back. So the options are there.
Bruce has nothing past the jack here. And he's going to continue to have nothing past the jack, but he does lie at least two.
I dare say this is three.
So does Paul take a punt here and try and hit the kitty for three, or just draw the shot?
Oh, it's close. It's very, very close. But I think he's drifted too far, and I think he could be three down here. So from 7-0, what he possibly could have been lying, he might be down 3-5. He's definitely behind.
Yeah.
Well, there it is. 5-3 in favour of Bruce Lyons. Swings and roundabouts. It's been the saying of the day. Now he's just got to shake it off.
Bruce electing for a nice leisurely three-quarter jack. Roll up length.
This morning becomes afternoon, 11:58 local time. It's very chilly today for the Gold Coast. Had a lot of these days last year.
Well, it was forecast to not get past 18 today. And it's hard to believe because right now we're in brilliant sunshine, but it has been cool. And when that wind's come up, it's got a real chill to it. Still pretty warm for you Mexicans, mate. Across the border.
Across a couple of borders, actually.
Yeah.
Is that what you call us?
Yeah, you're Mexicans. That's what we call you up here.
Gracias. Had Mexican for dinner last night, actually.
Well, you attempted to have Mexican for dinner, Val.
I had it.
You threw half your burrito out.
No, just omitted them from my order.
So what did you have? Just mince in a wrap, did you?
No, it was mince, cheese, lettuce, salsa.
Oh, you had salsa.
Yeah.
Bet it was the mild salsa.
Mild, yes. And rice. Just not a big fan of beans or pico de gallo. Or sour cream.
Oh, sour cream, mate. Best part.
I'm not a sauce person. I've mustard on a hot dog. That's probably about it. And in burgers and stuff, but that's about it.
Well, Bruce is trying to add a bit of sauce to this head.
Yep.
Because at the moment there's a lot of room. And if he's on a good arc,
You know what they
here
say
it comes.
about purple sauce? It's got heat.
If my sauce was the colour of Bruce's bowls, I wouldn't be going anywhere near it.
Yeah, you can imagine it'd be quite spicy. Even blue. How many flavours are there? Blue heat. I don't want that.
So after a shaky start, Bruce finds himself 2 in front on the board, 1 up at the head, looking to add another, and take a nice little break at the start of this game, and he's done enough there.
And this is where it can hurt. You know, that 7-0 lead that was on offer for Paul Webb. And he's drifting through. So it's another multiple for Bruce Lyons.
The moustache from Bundoora has done it.
Good area of the world in Bundoora. Went to uni at La Trobe University there.
Got a couple of big unis there, haven't they? RMITs there as well.
Yes, that's correct.
For our international viewers, Bundoora is a very big suburb, about 15 k's northeast of Melbourne CBD. Did a bit of reading up there. Some high-profile people have been born in Bundoora, mate.
Yep.
We've got the comedian Peter Hellier,
Yes.
funny man, and I would never have picked it, but a bit of a hub for musical artists.
Okay.
So, Gautier was born in Bundoora.
Yep. He's a Melburnian.
And then the other, I'm going to show my age because you're going to have no idea who they are. Pseudo Echo. You heard of them?
Oh, no.
Oh, Val, come on. Funky Town, mate.
Oh.
Great Pseudo Echo. Had a couple of other decent hits, but that was the big one. Remake of Funky Town.
But no, Bundoora is a good part of the world. Lots of good shops and cafes around there.
And a big shout out to the Bowls Club there. They won the Bowls Victoria Club of the Year for 4 or less employees in 23-24. Real testament to the volunteers and the work that they do at the club.
They're a big club, very big club, in terms of what their output is. You know, their results are always thereabouts, and you can see that with the way that Bruce Lyons is bowling.
Yeah, the green's definitely up around that 15 mark now.
The wind will change that a little bit. Just the weight control from Paul just eluding him there, but that helped. He could sit on that bowl and take shot. Love to get himself back on the board. Down 7-3. No singles as of yet. And this tends to happen a lot in singles play, where the players will score multiples to start proceedings, and then we'll go on a run of singles for about 10 or 12 ends when they start to figure things out.
Paul nice and deliberate on the mat. Nice smooth action. Stroking them out nicely, as we say, Val.
Yep, that's what we say.
Well, there is a toucher for Mr. Webb. The big bonus, he's made 2 out of it.
Stroked it very nicely.
Indeed.
We'll try and update this scoreboard for you. Apologies on the delay. For some reason, it's just not cooperating. What has Bruce Lyons got in reply? I think he's got something pretty handy. He's got something very handy. Oh, no.
Oh, it's held on, though. I thought it might have just tailed away a little more, but that, as we've been saying, that hand has just held a little bit despite the wind.
He's taken one. There you go.
It's a good shot here for Paul Webb, though. He's got an opportunity here. He's only got to rest that bowl over a couple of rolls and he makes 3 here.
Yep. What web can he weave?
It's only in 5, Val. I was waiting for when that was going to come out.
I've been waiting all day. And he can weave a very nice web indeed.
Yeah, that's a good rock from Paul.
I reckon he's made 3 here.
Looking at Joan's hand, she's got 3 at the ready. That was a great bowl.
That's an impressive end from both. What's Joan Prosser going to tell us? She's got the 3 ready. Are we going to have to measure? Yes, we are.
The wind really picking up here at Broadbeach Bowls Club. You can hear it there in the mics.
Thought for a brief second we were going to take off like Mary Poppins then.
Have you got an umbrella? Meanwhile, there is the 3, so it's 7-6 in favour of Bruce Lyons. So we are scoring at a rate of knots. We've only played 5 ends and we've had 13 shots scored.
Well, if we have a few more measures, Val, I can burst into a few Mary Poppins numbers if you'd like to keep everyone entertained.
I'll back you in.
Deep baritone voice from Troy Corber.
That wind, you can really hear it pummeling us here. So 3-2, 3-2 and 3. So that's what we've scored in each end across the 2 players. And dare I say it, we'll see a 2 in this end, the way the pattern has been going.
Well, and with the wind the way it is, a bowl within a couple of feet is going to be a good bowl in these conditions at the moment. So it's a pretty good starter from Paul.
It's not a bad one either here from Bruce.
I think he gets the chockies for now.
Just. Great to have everyone's company here on Rinkside Live, BA's YouTube channel, and very much looking forward to taking you through the rest of the Australian Open. Still got so many days to go. This is day 3 of 14. This festival of bowls, the world's biggest. Players of all ages taking part. Got a volunteer at 97 years of age. Big thank you to all of the volunteers. So you can really hear that. Hopefully our cameras last.
Yeah, and that's...
Look at what it's done to that bowl.
Yeah. It's really mucked around with Bruce's bowl there.
Yep, that came through at a really inopportune time. Haven't really felt wind like this at Broadbeach before. You can see it's actually playing with the sand in the ditch.
It was reasonably calm during the first game. It wasn't too bad, but it's really picked up.
Going to make things tricky for these two. It's holding this bowl out though, and this could be a toucher. It is. Oh, that is splendid.
Yeah, it just held it beautifully down the line, didn't it?
Yep. It's when the wind can really help.
Would be a good bowl at Rosny Bowls Club. Adjusted to wind well.
Yeah, if you want to go and practice playing in the wind, go down to Tassie and play at Rosny Park.
I'll tell you what, Bruce Lyons, he gets a touch. So the touch account already 5 for Paul Webb.
Oh, Webby's making a run for the title.
Had 17 before. It was by Jason Membry. This one's not quite going to get there, I don't think, but it is trying.
It's just got to beat that purple.
And like the little red engine that could, it said, I think I can, and it did. holding 3.
Big last bowl for Bruce. He's got to make a pretty fair correction. He's got 6 feet of weight he needs to take off here from his other.
And that is not going to affect anything. So we are scoring at a rapid rate. We've played 6 ends and it's 9-7 in favour of Paul Webb. Back-to-back 3s. 16 shots scored from 6 ends. That's ridiculous.
We're almost maximum length here. Paul's put the mat down around 4 feet from the tee, and the jack is on the tee at the other end, so we are at maximum. This bowl is holding against the breeze quite nicely. That's a good start in these conditions.
So both of these two on 0 and 1, a win will give that person a chance to go through to the knockout rounds. A loss, and it's AO singles campaign over. So that wind is really wreaking havoc. But the pegs and water weights on our marquee, they are lasting, and that's what we like.
He's in the area again here, Webby.
Oh, yeah. Another touch-up. Has it stayed around? I reckon he's probably one down.
Yeah, he's given the shot away there.
But touch-in number 6.
We'll probably see Bruce change his hand now. He's got a nice guide on his own bowl. He's looking to just try and beat that bowl and add to this count.
So the tail of the tape so far, we haven't had a single score as of yet. It's all been in 2s and 3s. And the second end of the match, Paul Webb had an opportunity to get a 4, hit the jack belly, trailed it too far, and went 2 down. Almost went up 7-0. On the trot behind this one. Is it for good reason?
Don't think he's quite snuck in there, so chance for Bruce to consolidate this head. There's no dangers anywhere. He's got a nice head to play to. Needs no win now because he wants this bowl to bend home.
It's gone into the pit.
Bent right home into the drink. Paul having a look at the backhand side here. He was lining something up out there, but not quite sure that's where his percentages are.
Would very much like the wind to go away. Making me nervous about our tripods.
I need to buy some extra bagels at lunch to tie on the end of the tripods.
Might need to. I just got a message from Jack McShane, actually. Bowling superstar. He is at O'Bagel right now.
He had to rub it in, didn't he?
I'm so jealous. If you are on the Gold Coast, make sure you get there. I should get a commission from these people.
I was about to say, you on the take?
I've given them that much business over the years for nothing. Just out of the goodness of my heart.
Has Bruce got enough run here to sneak in?
Or maybe too much run.
It's close.
Might have, I'm not sure. This might be the first single of the match. Be disappointed if it was.
There's a chance this is even 3, you know.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
My God, it is. The eyes of Troy Corber. So, we've played 7 ends and 19 shots have been scored.
They're not mucking around, these boys.
No. Both almost halfway there.
So for those that are perhaps new to the format of the Australian Open or newish to bowls, these gentlemen are playing first to 21. There's a time limit on the game.
2 hours and 15 minutes.
Yeah, we won't reach that.
No.
Especially where they're scoring.
We've been playing half an hour, and they're both almost at the halfway mark.
They nearly play 3 games in that time.
Yep.
And Bruce has opened with a cracker there. That is a good bowl in these conditions. That will be hard to beat.
What's that, 61 up if we played 3 games?
Yeah.
Great to see in the comments a lot of support for Paul Webb, as look at what he's delivered there. That is spectacular. You said it was going to be hard to beat. It was going to take something special to do it. And 5th end in a row where he's nailed a toucher.
Hello, Danny Supple. I'm getting itchy feet getting ready for the 4s, my friend.
Troy's watched that much. He knows the greens. Where are you playing?
I'm actually playing at Broadie.
Are you?
I am.
Are we streaming you maybe?
You are not. I'm on the top greens.
Damn.
Isn't that a shame? You could have had a field day with my bowls.
Would have loved that. We may just move. We may just move. Paul Webb doesn't want to do too much to his bowl here. No harm done. He'll go behind.
Great effort from Webby to get that toucher. That was magnificent. That was a hard bowl of Bruce's to beat. Chop telling us that Paul's known as the silver fish.
Why is that?
Well, I presume there's a mop of silver hair under that hat, I presume.
Ah.
Either that or he likes to eat clothes. More likely the hair colour, I reckon.
There's nothing wrong with greys. Nothing wrong. I say that as a 29-year-old who's going grey.
So we've, of course, Chop is a fellow clubman of Paul. Had a couple of reps from Darasemenko being streamed.
What has Bruce Lyons conjured up here?
And I thought last time we were talking about Darasemenko, I talked about Clive White, who was the gentleman who repped for Australia at the 72 games and won a silver medal in between David Bryant and Willie Wood. And I was astounded that Val caught me. I thought he was going to catch me out. So at the end of this end, I've got something much harder for him. Much harder. So we'll really test him. We'll get you viewers involved in this one.
Okay.
We won't give away the answer. Pop in the comments what you think the answer is.
I'll turn the comments, or I'll turn my avenue to the comments off so I can't cheat.
Yeah.
So Paul Webb, can he make it a second here? He's tracking okay. Just needs to get back, and he won't. So the first single of the match, as the wind just...
Yeah, he got a gust on
through.
that.
Yep.
He was tracking nicely to come under that bowl, and it's just got caught in the wind and wrecked.
So both into double figures after not too many ends, that's for sure. We've played 9, and they're both averaging more than 1 an end, 10 apiece. Troy Corber, what have you got for us?
It's all right. So we've had a bit of a Commonwealth Games theme, so
Okay.
I thought we'd stick with that and we'd go to the Brisbane Commonwealth Games, 1982.
Yep.
Held at the Maruka Bowls Club. Australia famously won a 4s gold at that Commonwealth Games. Who were the 4 members?
Oh.
Who were the 4 members? There will be people in the comments that will get this pretty quick, I reckon.
Yeah, my pre-2000 knowledge of bowls isn't great.
Three of the names are pretty common
Yeah.
in bowls circles. Anyone who's a bit of a bowls nuffy will at least, I would say, get three of them, because they're two became very big administrators or coaches or heavily involved with bowls manufacturing. There's a little bit of a hint for you.
Was it?
And
John
another was an
Dobby?
absolute legend of the game, one of the best Australia's had.
Not Perella. Was
No.
it? No, he was singles.
I believe he won the silver medal at those games.
Dobby? John Dobby? No?
You were very close there. I'll let you sit on it for this end. We'll reveal
Herbert
the answer
Sharp?
at the end of the end. Herbert Sharp.
Yeah.
Well, you've got one. Bert Sharp. I'll give you Herbert. He was the third in the team.
Bert Sharp. Bert Palm? Albert Palm?
No.
No.
Webby's done a good job of correcting his weight there, but just under the line, which is not easy to find and maintain the line at the moment. We're actually just in a little gap in the weather where we're not really getting any wind at all. So
I know this is... It's definitely pre-Glass, pre-Kelvin. Rex Johnston?
if I gave you these other three names, you're going to go, oh, of course it was.
Was it Rex Johnston? No.
No, just I think just before Rexy started repping.
Yeah.
Sexy Rexy. He was a great player. I used to love watching him. Paddles. When I was a young fella.
Sexy Rexy.
He was always on the ABC. Generally skipping one of the team's rinks. Terrific skip. He was a great skip. King of the conversions. Rexy.
I'm trying to think. Ian Shoeback? No. That's pre-Ian Shoeback as well.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
You're throwing a lot of good names. You're just hoping a bit of mud sticks at some stage, are you, mate?
Yeah. Bert Palm. Oh, sorry. Bert Sharp was the one that stuck.
Well, I'm glad you got that one. I thought that might have been the hardest of the four to
was that
get.
the one? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, give me 4 points for that then. I'm going to kick myself because I reckon I've done the voiceovers for their inductions as Hall of Fame legends. So here is Paul Webb, final bowl of this end.
So he's holding one here, Paul. Bruce having a think about what he's going to do.
First end of the last 6 where Paul Webb hasn't headed a toucher.
I think this is going to go under the head. Tell you what, it's trying to hold.
Yeah, it is.
Look at this. It's holding.
Hasn't held enough. So I think it'd be one more to Paul Webb, who ticks over the halfway mark to lead at 11 shots to 10. That's after 10 ends now.
All right, viewers.
All right, so what was for those who might have just joined us, what was the question and what is the answer?
So it was the 1982 gold-winning fours men's team from the 82 Com Games at the Maruka Bowls Club in Brisbane. So Val did well to get one. You got Bert Sharp, who played 3 in that team. The great man, and I had spent a bit of time with him at Paradise Point, which I treasure, is Robbie Dobbins.
Oh, my God.
You're very close with the John Dobby.
Yeah, you had the John Dobby. I was thinking about Paradise PD when you were talking about Dobby, but the second, absolute legend of the game, Keith Poole. And then
depressing.
Another doyen, the skip, Don Sherman.
Oh, see, that's one I've seen the name, but I haven't. Yeah, the first 2 I really should have got.
Don heavily involved with Drake's Pride. And a doyen of bowls in Victoria. Very well loved and respected name in bowls, the Sherman name.
The Shermanator. All I think of when I think of that is American Pie.
Bit of celebration behind the green here if you're around the Broadbeach area or any of the other 14 host clubs. Pop in for a visit. Plenty of bowls going on over the next 2 weeks or just under 2 weeks.
Connor Munnings has a selfie booth. So everyone will be able to come and take a selfie with Connor.
How much are you charging, Connor?
Oh, it's around 20.
20. Cheap.
Just any bowls donations that you can give him. He's after a set. He just uses his club bowls at the moment. And also apparently your bowl shoes have holes in them.
They do.
So if you want to bring a pair of shoes and some bowls for Connor, I'm sure he'll oblige.
No, I've been looking at some of the trade marquee the last couple of days.
Turtles.
Yep.
Get those Actuality logos from Aero. Bit of a wayward end from both players. One at the moment to Paul Webb.
And that's a good 3.5 feet from the jack, so still plenty of room at the head.
But with this wind, it just makes it that little bit more difficult.
Yeah. Yeah, you get inside that 2 to 3 feet, it's a good bowl. So one left in the cannon each.
This has the legs. It's looking okay. But it's a big if because it doesn't.
Now, in these conditions, does Bruce maybe have 2 seconds? I'm wondering if the easier shot is to have a crack at the blue bowl. Is that an easier shot than trying to draw it in these conditions?
Someone in the comments did get your question right.
Oh, well played.
Jan Rhodes, Sherman Dobbin, Sharp and Poole.
Very well played.
What about the Force team from 2023? What happened there? Just to throw you under the bus real quick.
You have thrown me under the bus. Gone a complete blank. So you're trying to flex your modern muscle, mate. It's the battle of the generations here, isn't it?
You got me covered. So that's a 1 to Paul Webb, who's scored 3 ones in a row and 5 of the last 6 ends. So this is where I think if you are Paul, you're thinking a little bit about that 4 that you missed earlier on, because it could be a 16-8 buffer right about now.
He's probably at the moment just slightly more consistent on the draw than Bruce. So he'd be feeling fairly good in the match. Just needs to keep this momentum going and keep getting in and around that jack.
This wind really needs to go away.
Bruce will be wanting this to try and hold its
It's
line.
doing it. But it's gone too far.
And ladies and gentlemen, just so you can appreciate, like that bowl's held a fairly tight line, and that is actually being blown against by the wind. So in all rights, it should be cutting across the head a lot more than that. So that hand is definitely holding a bit. This is the tight hand, or what should be the tight hand based on the wind, but it's actually almost getting more turn out than that other hand. Bruce is going to have a look at it.
So 12-10. We've played 10 ends. High scoring affair so far, but it has dried up a lot. 3 singles in the last 3 ends. One at the moment to Paul Webb, who's won 5 of the last 6 ends. was down 7-3. Come to rectify this quite well. And how's this going on the tighter line? How's his weight control? A bit too much. But he's surrounding things here to the point where if he gets a little touch on the jack, could be very beneficial.
I'm a bit concerned on Bruce's weight here. He's flying a bit.
He's knocked one away. He's still down. It's an opportunity to add in a second here for Paul Webb. Darragh cement coat. Looking to cement a foothold into this game.
You've been on point with the puns today, Vale.
That's what I'm here for. I can't offer the bowls analysis, but I can offer other things.
Waste a good weight there.
Yeah, that was the right way, wasn't it? He's ended up pretty much bang on jack high. So Bruce Lyons now looking to get himself back on the board. That 3-4 ends ago saved him.
This is going to have trouble stopping.
So
is it 1 or 2?
It could be 2. And the more I look at it, the more I'm starting to favour 2 for Paul Webb.
It is deceptive if you're looking at home how far out that one is at the front. Just the one.
Just the one. So 4 ones in a row. 13-10. Been a really interesting matchup. You know, we were scoring, and as I said, in singles, it can be like that, Connor. You can see the first 6 or 7 ends be multiples, and then it can completely dry up, and that's exactly what's happened here. 4 ends in a row where we've seen 1 scored.
Yeah, I think both players maybe a bit nervous to start off with, a bit loose in the heads, but now they're starting to get a bit closer and tighter to the jack.
So we've played 11 ends, and the amount won for Paul Webb has been astronomical. He's won 7 of them, which is very impressive, but he only holds a 3-shot lead.
And it could have been much more.
Yeah, well, that second end where he could have been holding 4, but trailed the jack too far to go 1 down, and then the free kick was well and truly pounced on by Bruce Lyons.
And Bruce Lyons here.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Both players fighting to keep their campaign or singles campaign alive. Going down in their first game each. Paul Webb just travelling about a metre through there, but he won't be too upset with that because it gives him something behind. It allows him to keep searching for that jack.
And Bruce Lyons, well, he's got that right, but the problem is, if I'm Paul Webb, I see a target.
Yeah, it's a juicy looking shelf there, Val.
You can play to it a little bit more confidently, but how has he sent it? Tell you what, he sent it pretty well. He sent it beautifully. That is exquisite. Then again, if I'm Bruce Lyons, I'm thinking about the shelf myself, but the problem is he doesn't have anything behind. So his hand is almost forced. The middle session has tended to be our marquee game. We've had a 21-18 and a 21-20. This morning was a 21-20. Have we got it again?
Bruce Lyons.
Oh, this is monumental. Sensational bowling from these two. Touches galore.
It's 2 to Bruce there.
I think we had one to... I think Joan actually had a little bit of spray out for Paul, so he got one this end as well. So this is a phenomenal end and a great head of bowls from these two.
The angle might be deceptive. Joan's saying 2, but I'm feeling it's very close to 3.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you.
I think the back one beats Paul's front one. And I think Paul's front one is his closest.
And that would tie the scores if it stays that way.
Been wrong before. I was wrong once. But I was mistaken.
I'm going to go with the marker.
Going with the marker.
Yep.
Okay. You're nearly jack high to this kitty, Connor, where you're sitting.
Yeah. Okay. Paul Webb. What can he do here?
Changed hands. Has he got the jack? Paul Webb. Oh, well, now it's 3.
Now I'll go with you, Troy.
Come on, mate. Well, we'll never know whether that was 3 or not, will we? We can't settle that bet.
So this could be for the full count of 4.
Yeah, how handy would this be for Bruce?
I think
Tell you what.
He's close.
He's got lovely weight on this.
Bruce.
Has he done enough?
Oh, I reckon if it falls.
Oh, yeah, Joan's hiding 4 paddles behind her back.
And it is a quadruple.
Wow.
That is a telling blow. And we said we've played 12 ends. He's only won 5 of them, Bruce Lyons. But he finds himself in front by a shot.
The moustache from Bandura is getting the job done at the moment.
The Bandura Bandit stole a 4. Bring back the Mo. It's Movember every month for Bruce, and it looks great too. Very well manicured.
He's almost got the little bits at the end where he could, you know,
But
tease a little bit
yeah.
of European style.
Yeah. Yeah, you really associate that with the French, don't you?
Oui, oui.
Bonjour, monsieur. Was over there recently, and geez, I love it in France. It is a wonderful part of the world. Croissant every morning.
Did you go in knowing much French?
Oh, bits. I did it for a year in year 7, and I regret not doing it for longer. Did Chinese up until year 10, and hasn't gotten me very far.
One of the big things I learnt when I went over there was it's, you know, sometimes the French have a bit of an arrogant side to tourists.
All you need to do is try. And I got Google Translate out for everything. I tried to read it in French, but the problem was at times my pronunciation was good. So they started speaking French back to me because I put the phone down and pretend I'd memorize and pretend I knew it. But then it backfired completely. So, you know, I'd say something. And the first time I went to France or asked for the check in Paris, and he comes back to me, he says, oh, l'addition. And I had no idea what that meant. And I'm looking at him and I go, pardon? Said it again. And then I just asked him if he spoke English. And then he said, that means I'll add it up for you. I was very embarrassed.
Apparently they just don't like that you presume that they speak English because they're very passionate about their own language. So parlez-vous anglais is a very good expression to have.
Yes.
And you'll normally get a response a little bit.
Yep.
Well, there was and then you're sweet.
One at a train station. Generally, they've been very nice to me. I know that they have a reputation of being a little prickly. But we went to a train station just outside Versailles. And I asked, parlez-vous anglais? And she goes, it depends. I'm like, oh, no.
Oh, that's brilliant.
But yeah, Google Translate's a wonderful thing. Like, it helps so much in Spain and Italy. Wonderful.
So Paul Webb looking to add a third here. He's going to pull up a tad short. Now, will Bruce have a little dig in under there? He's got a nice little corridor to sit a bowl, trail the jack.
Well, he does have the back bowl, so you'd say forehand. Swing it around because you can afford to be a little bit closer.
Oh, he's going big weight.
Yeah. Bruce Lyons. Well, he's going to hit something.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Well, he's no worse off, but he's left a lot of room for Paul with his last.
Well, this is a free kick, and this has to be made good if you're Paul Webb, because he scored 4 ones in a row prior to the last end, where he dropped a full count of 4. Went behind by 1. This to regain the lead and go within 5 shots of victory.
Weight looks okay.
Oh, but yeah, he's done more than enough here.
Yep.
More than enough. 16-14 is the lead. Only played 14 ends, or 13 ends, so they're both scoring at a rate of knots.
Well, it's not a bad comeback when you've just dropped a 4 on the end prior, is it?
No. And he's done that a couple of times here. He's regrouped really well. That second end was demoralising for him when he could have scored a 4 himself. But, you know, going down 7-3 when he could have been up 7-0. Went to a 9-7 lead, 13-10. He keeps having these answers. Rink 22. Well, I'm going to start calling it the People's Rink.
Yeah.
Because
being treated today, aren't we?
this has been a mighty day, and we've had some wonderful sessions throughout the Australian Open in 2025. What have we got here? Does it stay on from Paul Webb? Yes.
And these gents are maintaining the marquee standing of session 2. Tight battle here.
But we haven't even been playing an hour, and the match is so close to being over. We've got a maximum of 10 ends to go, something like that.
It's bowls on steroids, that's for sure.
BPL style.
Yep.
Yeah. Every end's a power play.
Yeah, I was about to say, when's the power play being called?
5 end sets. Why not? Of course, the Bowls Premier League later on this year in October.
Yep.
Not November. October. Prior to the Nationals this year.
Great bowl here from Paul Webb.
And that will be BPL 22. They are becoming increasingly harder to win. 12 teams, 36 world-class players. And it is one of the premier events. February was huge. The Geelong Jets, they will want to rectify what happened in that final against the Gold Coast Hawks.
Of course, a great opportunity for clubs to get involved through the BPL Cup as well, Val.
Certainly is. Can Edelong go back to back to back? Darren Morrison, I don't think he's there anymore. So, have to do it without their skip.
He's given someone else a chance.
He has.
So, a lot of a club near you will be hosting. Or if not, there is still time for your club to host. Get in and secure a venue spot.
I know my club's hosting an event on the 22nd of June of this month, so get on board.
You'll be playing?
Yep.
Very nice. With Lee?
Yes, I
Ah,
am. Yep.
beautiful.
So we get back from the Australian Open on the 21st and then straight into the BPL Cup the next day.
Back into it as that wind just powers through our tent here. I was surprised that nothing blew off, because we had that happen at the City of Geelong Bowling Club at the Schools Championships last year, where everything blew off the table and onto the green.
That would have been messy.
Yeah, I felt sorry for the students. They all went and chased all my information papers. Half of them were lost onto the golf course and in the creek. Went over the fence and never to be seen again. What is...
Bruce has got a good line on this. Can he hurry? He needs to hurry.
No. So he's into the checkout zone now. Paul Webb, 4 away from victory. 3 ahead of his opponent. But if you look at the way the momentum has changed, it was all Bruce Lyons in the first 5 ends. But 3, 4, 5, 6 of the last 7 ends have gone the way of Paul Webb. So from 10-9 down, he's got it at 17-14. That one end he dropped was a big 4.
Well, Bruce is standing a bit stiff behind the mat, and he's Victorian and he looks cold. So that's how cool it is. Again, Paul's pretty much nailed the weight here, but just missed the line.
So we mentioned before how Jack McShane had gone to O'Bagel. He's actually come and tapped me on the shoulder, and he's waving his what have you got there, Jack? Iced tea. That's weak. Get a coffee. You've just been to Italy. Thought it would have given you some culture, Jack. But no, I think Troy's never had O'Bagel, so I think we're going to be heading over there after this for lunch. So we'll all enjoy it today. But Jack, how'd you go yesterday? All good? Very nice. And we've got Chanel Shakouch here as well. Are you playing singles, Chanel?
I'm playing the pairs tomorrow.
Pairs tomorrow. All right. So
If Jack's sticking around, we might give him a little 5-minute guest spot in the next game. What do you reckon, Jack?
no, he said no.
Come on, mate.
He's too good for us now. He's one of the great humans, is Jack McShane. One of the great bowlers too, that's for sure. He's coming to visit the green where he conquered last year.
A lot of water to go under the bridge and without putting pressure on him, but is he going to be the next Omar Sharif of the next generation?
Might be. The way he's going, he might star in movies as well, like Omar Sharif.
Indeed.
So this is a bit of a wayward end, but he's still holding 2 here. He's Paul Webb. Plenty of room for Bruce Lyons to pounce.
He's tended to be pretty tight on this hand, Bruce. He's given this one a little bit more air, and it is coming for him.
Yeah, that'll stop. That's nice.
And if you're just joining the telecast, the wind being up like it is, that's not an easy bowl to beat. Something in that zone is actually quite difficult to beat.
There's a couple of magpies
Yeah, I don't like this.
coming up to us, Val.
I don't like this at all. Go away.
Getting some Hitchcock bird vibes going here.
Oh, don't talk about that.
They were about half a metre behind Val.
You know what? They actually look really gentle. I might pat one.
Well, it's your loss. You can lose a finger. That movie, I don't know if any viewers out there have seen The Birds. We did it in year 9 English at school, and that scarred me for a long time.
Is that why you don't like horror movies?
That's half not even horror. Just freaked me out. You never know what birds are thinking. Especially in Europe, the pigeons just fly in front of you. What has Bruce Lyons got? He'll just take the one. So for the first time in this match, Bruce Lyons scores a single. Just have lost our scoreboard here, so we'll get it back up and running. $17-15.
Yeah, that was a handy end for Bruce.
Yeah, needed that.
You see the magpies. They were
There they
pestering
are.
us
They're my
before.
friends.
They're on the screen now.
Yep.
They want to get on camera.
Yeah, they're heading to the bowlers now.
Yeah.
Leave us alone.
Maybe they're attracted to Bruce's moustache.
We did see at Mudgery Bar in 2023 at the World Championships a bowl, almost clip a magpie. Very close.
That should be plenty long enough, I would have thought.
So we'll just get that scoreboard working for you. It's 17-15 in favour of Paul Webb over Bruce Lyons. Getting it sorted for you. There you go, Connor Munnings. What a superstar he is. Dominating behind the scenes and on the camera and on the mic with his special comments as well.
Well, Bruce has found a little niche here. He's rolled this. This is a very similar end to the end that he picked up before on in terms of length and jack position. And he's started with a good one there. Paul is creeping up on it. So Bruce probably shouldn't change his hand because his bowl is protected by the front. Just needs to find a foot of weight, whatever that is in these conditions.
Could be 3 feet sometimes. So that this is looking pretty good. It stops. It's not in a bad position. Not in the count, but could be useful for Bruce Lyons. So is it in the name? We had Nathan Lyon win this morning. Bruce Lyons playing now. There's another Lion in this section that's also won today.
Paul finds a hole right when he didn't need to. Gets any sort of glide off that front, he gets a good result, and he's just missed it.
This one's tightened up drastically. First 6 and 7 ends of this match were all scored in multiples.
Important Paul Webb gets a bowl in the head here. If he doesn't, he does leave Bruce a shot to make 4.
As he stopped in time.
He does, so he does block that off. Bruce did have a shot to change his hand and trail it about 10 inches to make 4, but that's been cut off, so Bruce will just stay on the draw in his forehand.
So opportunity here. He doesn't want any jack movement. This has to be a dead draw. The wind has died down a tiny bit for Paul Webb. Probably the calmest it's been throughout this match. Can he get to 18? He's very close. And he sneaks through. It's one more to Bruce Lyons.
He found that same hole twice on that end. He's a bit stiff there.
So one shot the difference, 16-17 in favour of Paul Webb. This match has had a bit of everything. One shot separates the pair.
So electing not to stay at the short length that he played in the other direction. He's sort of at a 3/4, slightly longer than a 3/4 length for this one.
Maybe it's a tactic.
Might be. Mix it up. Keep Paul out of a rhythm. This is a fair opener. Look at this. That's a great lead up. Paul Webb is close here.
Not far away at all. He touches the jack. Ninth for the game. None the wiser as to who's going to win this. I feel like we've got one more big score left in this match that will change things drastically.
I know we're here to have an opinion, but who would know who's going to win this game?
Look, you would think the way and the consistency of Paul Webb would get him over the line, but he's dropping scores, so you just never know. You can sit that away.
Doesn't want to get too much of that.
Oh, no, I think you're...
No, he's okay.
He's all right, just. Still one.
Does give Bruce a nice position bowl though now. He can draw with confidence to this head. Touch the jack, sit of the bowl, draw it clean.
Just draw it clean. If it's got the legs and the journey, oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a great bowl from Bruce.
So, Paul has won 9 of the 16 ends that we've played. So, it's evened up a little bit. It was 9 of the 14. That wind has come right as he's gotten to the mat. Tricky, tricky conditions. Almost that of what we saw at the Nationals last year at Club Tweed. Green 1, rink 1. Not easy to negotiate.
If you get a breezy day at Tweed, it's not fun.
No, and you say if you're playing on green 1, rink 1, the ditch side holds so drastically at times, especially if it's windy. But then the other side just swoops back. You've almost got to toss it out into the other rink. Bruce Lyons, tell you what, has he done enough?
Tell you what, he only just missed sitting that bowl out then.
For 3.
Yeah.
That almost could have been curtains.
That was a great bowl.
So, if you are Paul Webb, where are you going here? What are you doing?
You just got to try and draw as close as you can. He's electing to stay on the forehand. Hasn't had a lot out on the other hand, so that's maybe understandable.
He's not a mile away. Paul Webb sits the bowl.
Does he hang around enough? Oh, goodness.
I think 1 down for Paul Webb, so 1 more to Bruce Lyons. Or is it 2? Is it 2? If it is, it's the lead for the Victorian.
Surely the one at 5 o'clock's closer, yep.
Yeah. But 3 ones in a row. And we sit at 17 apiece. We're both in the checkout zone. One end could decide it. High scoring affair. Again, round 2 of the day is our marquee match.
Now this one is fairly short. Just trying to find the reference.
I think we're going to get it measured.
Yeah. This jack's only gone about 3 foot past the minimum line mark on the green. And to me, Bruce's mat's up further than that. So if I was Paul, I'd be getting onto this.
He's just pacing it out.
It's definitely short.
Yep.
Definitely short.
Yep. And he said, no, you're right. So that'll be rolled again, and that could hurt if you're Bruce Lyons. And again, this is the wind playing tricks.
Well, he's a nicer man than me. I would have forced a measure on that and just let him sweat a bit on it. So Paul, predictably, has stretched this out. And is that telling in the game? Because the last 2 times we've come this way, Bruce has played the short length and has won both ends. And he's lost the length here. But gee, he's adapted pretty well. Look at this for a start.
Momentum well and truly with the Victorian at the moment. We've had a wonderful day on Rinkside Live today.
Oh.
It has been sensational.
Been spoilt today so far. Pressure's on the third game now, isn't it?
Yeah, 2 outstanding games. And our third game, Alex Hyde and Chris Johnston, you've got nowhere to hide. The quality's been there. You've got to bring it. Momentum at the moment with Bruce Lyons.
I reckon he's out in a pretty fair paddock again here.
If he's got the journey, he's in for 2, and he's got the journey. This is dangerous for Paul Webb.
Paul 2's out in a good line.
This might be V1. And it is...
Great shot. It's a big bowl.
Yep. The last 3 ends have gone the way of Bruce Lyons. Before that, it was 6 out of 7 the way of Paul.
Now, Bruce fancies his chances of getting around his front ones and sitting that last bowl. He switched over.
Or just dead drawing it.
I think he's just dead drawn it. Oh, it's just drifted. I think with his last bowl, if I'm him, if Paul doesn't put one in here, if I'm Bruce, I'm going for it with the last and trying to sit that bowl away.
Yeah, the Jackie out the front I don't think is kind for him to be able to get the blue, so he's got to try and get that blue bowl neat. The Magpie has again decided it wants to be centre stage.
There it is.
Had a look at the head for us. Special comments from the Magpie.
Who's holding?
You're out of a job, Connor.
Maybe that is an omen for the footy this afternoon, King's birthday clash between Collingwood and Melbourne.
Right, now how does Bruce get to this bowl?
Hope for the best, I think, with this wind.
Well, when the wind is down, that hand is turning a bit, so... Right.
So he's 1 down, and now a small opportunity if he can get a little touch on this jack, maybe.
Yeah, Bruce has popped that bowl behind, which gives Paul an opportunity for a little trail for 3 here. It's a fair line.
It's very good.
It's a fair line.
It's very good. Has he made it? He's definitely made 2. Is it 3? I believe it might be. And I believe the decisive blow might have just been laid. 1, 2. Joan has 3 paddles, and she raises them aloft.
Wow, how quick a game can turn. Bruce just hangs a bit wide, knocks a bowl into position at the back, and then provides Paul the opportunity to trail for 3.
The web was weaved. And the Lion has walked right into it.
I think there's a bit of adrenaline running here. He's close to the ditch here.
I think it's going to hold.
Oh, just a little bit of extra green stuff near the edge of the rink helped him there.
So Paul Webb, 1 end away, or 1 shot away from victory. It's been an enthralling battle. Bruce Lyons also 1 end away from victory. If he can score a 4, which he has done in this match, he can win it. But he can't afford any mistakes now. This is quite well pointed. This is quite well pointed.
Yeah, that's a good start. think Bruce has just choked this one a little bit.
An opportunity. He's holding, anytime he is holding from now on here, Paul Webb, he's holding game. And that will play on the mind of Bruce Lyons, just to know that he has to be perfect. It's coming around fairly nicely. That'll also work. Tricky conditions to play in with this wind.
Looks like Bruce has adjusted his line pretty well here. Just needs to keep motoring in now.
Got it.
Wow, great shot, Bruce Lyons.
Absolutely when it was needed.
Switching Paul onto his forehand.
Don't think he's quite sent it.
Going on your last bowl, Bruce, you'll be around that. Short one. It's a nice little guide for him to get around that. And he'll be in the target zone.
Needs to get around the front.
I reckon his weight was pretty reasonable to that jack too then.
The wind has just absolutely died down. Do we go on, or can Paul Webb put the pressure on? Nicely pointed here.
It's close.
Just slips underneath. So he has seconds all around it. I reckon he's got second, third, and fourth out of this. But the boss is that of Bruce.
He's got 2 feet to draw a second here. I think he's just underdone this one. I was trying to hold. Oh, that's held out. Look at this.
He's taken the jack.
Still only one.
Still only one.
Looked impressive.
Yep. So we go on. 20 to 18. And again, the middle session proves to be a barnstorming affair. He's won 4 of the last 5 ends. Bruce Lyons still finds himself 20 to 18 behind.
Okay, he's trying to get back to this short length he's been playing in this direction. I think he's done it successfully this time.
He's got that right.
So he's got exactly what he wanted out of the mat position and jack position.
They make it difficult for the marker when they've got to put it down on without the centre line markings.
Yep. Bonus for Joan for that. And here we go. Bruce on his favoured length. Gets a huge gust and still gets within just over a foot from the jack.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Players holding onto their hats here at Broadbeach. What's Paul Webb's response like? How many times does he want to find a hole on that backhand coming back this way?
It's insane. I reckon it's happened about 6 or 7 times.
Cannot find a line to get a result down there today, Paul. And Bruce, I think he's betted his first here. He has. That's right in behind the jack. For those at home, that bowl is about 10 inches behind the jack. And you guessed it, Paul found the hole again.
For the second time today, we could be on for a 21-20 finish. And I tell you what, the weight, if it holds on, it's not quite going to. The line was spot on there.
Now does Paul hold his nerve here and just try to correct that little bit of line and weight? It's not easy to do, to make that minor correction in these conditions.
Well, he's powering through here. I think he wants Jack. Or is he going to sit and stay? He's gone around the back. All right. So an opportunity for Bruce to hold game. If he can put in shot. Copped a huge gust.
I think it's helping him.
Yep.
Ooh.
So, well, this is it. This is it. If Paul cannot draw the shot or cannot affect the count, it's over and Bruce Lyons wins.
And all of a sudden, the third bowl of Bruce's that's fallen short, that he probably wasn't happy with at the time, becomes really handy here.
Because he can't drive.
He's got to flirt just around that bowl, and it's, if he plays weighted, he's going to hold on that hand. It's the tight hand due to the wind.
Paul Webb has led for the majority of this match.
If he hits it out of bounds, he's got the spot.
He's gone for it. It's coming back and he's found the gap once more, and it's Bruce Lyons from Victoria who somehow, some way manufactures a stirring victory. You could almost say that he stole it. The momentum wasn't with him for a lot of that contest, but the 73-year-old, he's been bowling for 8 years, in his first Australian Open, gets his very first singles win. What a display it was. He was down, 12-10, got the lead 14-13, went down 20-17 after fighting back to getting it to 17 all. But the Victorian from Bundoora gets the job done and wins a stirring one. It's the second game in a row where we've had a 21-20 game, and this has been a very enjoyable day so far, Troy Corber.
Absolutely, and well done to Bruce, and he keeps his sectional hopes alive with that victory. Unfortunately for Paul, he's 0-2 now, so he'll obviously still enjoy his third game, but nothing to play for in advancement terms for him.
His day is done, unfortunately, or his tournament is done, but he'll play his third match, no doubt. What a brilliant match it was. Thank you to you, Connor Munnings. Well done behind the scenes and on mic as well.
Thank you, Val. I'm excited for the final game of today.
Well, we've had two 21-20s. It would only be fitting if we got one in the final game as well. From Val Furbo, Troy Corber and Connor Munnings. We'll be back in just over an hour's time, an hour and 17 minutes to be exact. For Alex Hyde and Chris Johnston, a pair of Queenslanders set to do battle in the final match of Day 3 of the Australian Open.